Gaza's missing. A legal crisis deepens as death certificates vanish. The ability to document death, a routine administrative act in most parts of the world, has collapsed in Gaza since October 2023, leaving thousands in a legal void. Families are unable to settle estates, access aid, or even confirm the fate of loved ones amid ongoing conflict and displacement. This isn't just a bureaucratic failure. It's a systemic breakdown that strips Gazans of basic rights and protections. The disappearing paper trail for generations, Gaza's civil administration tracked deaths through hospitals and official records. This allowed families to update legal statuses, claim benefits, and manage essential affairs. Now, with systems overwhelmed by bombardment, detentions, and mass movements, the process has ground to a halt. The Palestinian Center for the Missing and Forcibly Disappeared estimates that thousands are trapped in this legal gray zone, unable to prove deaths or even confirm detentions. Scale of the crisis: 51,000 unaccounted for. Research indicates the problem is widespread. A survey by the Institute for Social and Economic Progress, ISEP, suggests that more than 51,000 Gazans may have gone missing since October 2023, with roughly 14,000 to 15,000 still unaccounted for. Over 2/5, 42.9% of households with missing members struggle to obtain death certificates, and roughly the same percentage depend on the missing person as the primary earner. This has devastating consequences. Wives are locked out of bank accounts, pensions, and legal protections. Over 70% of Gazans report that the disappearance of a household member has affected their rights. Nearly one-third, 33.3%, cannot access bank accounts linked to the missing, and almost 10% are denied aid intended for widows or orphaned children. Vulnerable populations. Women and orphans. The crisis disproportionately impacts women and children. Sama Al-Sharif, a lawyer at the Women's Affairs Center in Gaza, describes cases where widows are denied access to their husbands' pensions due to missing paperwork. The banks demand either a death certificate or the husband's physical presence, an impossible condition under current circumstances. Children face similar hurdles. Nettle Jarada of Al-Amal Institute for Orphans notes that many children believe their parents are dead, but lack the documentation to prove it. These children are effectively de facto orphans, denied the legal and financial support they need. The absence of legal recognition leaves women vulnerable to exploitation. Al-Sharif documents cases of wives being subjected to sexual extortion by individuals offering fake assistance in exchange for favors. The desperation created by disappearance makes these abuses possible, as women navigate urgent needs with no safety net. Bureaucratic impasse and proposed solutions. Gazan authorities proposed a policy in November, allowing families to classify missing persons as deceased after 6 months. However, the Palestinian Authority, PA, in Ramallah rejected it as illegal, citing a 4-year waiting period under existing law. The PA has announced a national task force to address the crisis, but has yet to launch concrete action. Civil society groups advocate for a comprehensive database of the missing, while others propose certificates of absence, temporary recognition of disappearance that balances accountability with immediate needs. Without legal mechanisms to recognize disappearance as a distinct status, wives of the disappeared remain suspended between life and death, warns Al-Sharif. The failure to address this crisis perpetuates a cycle of legal limbo, economic hardship, and social vulnerability, until authorities establish functional systems for documenting loss and protecting the rights of the missing. Gazan families will remain trapped in a devastating state of uncertainty.